This climb is a little bit bitchy, yeah? Because you imagine this is going to be nice like at the beginning, and at the end,
I almost got a cramp.
7% and so on.
Where we
Hey, Sean Cycling here. So we're talking about this amazing swimming shine ride I did a month back with the DP crew in Shaoxing, Zhejiang. So starting off, this is my setup and basically all the stuff I'm bringing for the ride. So from left to right, we've got my vest and then my jersey and my helmet and then my bib shorts and then my base layer. So I went for the merino base layer because I know from my experience descending from mountaintop oftentimes could get really chilling. And then we've got the Insta360 action camera, which is going to contribute a lot to most of the footages to this video you're watching. So anyone who's working for Insta360, and if you're watching this, you know what to do. And then by the shower window, we've got my Wingspace climbing bike. Nothing too special about it. I might do a video in the future introducing the entire build and setup. Who knows? And then here comes the morning, and if I remember correctly, it was around 5:30, and we were actually having the breakfast in the hotel at around 5:30. So massive thanks to Paul, who told the manager to make the breakfast early just for us. He also helped with the entire hotel booking and check-in for the crew. So man, Paul is the guy who you always want to bring along for events. Again, massively appreciated. And then
Well, I forgot my heart rate monitor, but it's whatever.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Of all the things I checked, I forgot my heart rate monitor. Shit.
Heart rate monitor.
well, so yeah, there's that. I really forgot the heart rate monitor. So at first it was kind of frustrating, but then again, you don't need that necessarily for a ride. And fact is, I actually once forgot to bring the cleat shoe for a ride before. It was like a couple months back. So compare with this, it's really no big deal. And then we're having the breakfast, which is quite good because I assumed the kitchen wasn't really prepared. And then we're going, and then we started riding.
Is she taking video? I'm using too much power on my leg.
So yeah, we got a really nice lady who took the entire group photo for us before we started off. And the first part of the ride is basically to get out of town and ride into the mountains. And honestly, it's mostly flat. And I have to say, compare this view to Shanghai, there is just, I mean, you just can't, I mean, there is no way you're gonna get this view in Shanghai. Not saying I don't like Shanghai, but man, riding here is just something else. So looking at the sunrise, it's just so soothing, and I can't stop thinking how cycling is such a coping mechanism that really relaxes your mind and body from work life and other annoying stuff in your life. So up until here, we finished the first climb of the ride, basically, which is quite gentle. Only Seb was pushing a little, but that's just Seb. And there's Seb. He is the real hitter among us. Dude can probably push 6 watts per kilo for 20 minutes at least, and I made a huge mistake following him for the second climb. Then here comes the second climb, which is technically the toughest climb during the entire ride, and there is a very considerable long stretch of 2 digits gradient climb at the end of this segment. And man, I guess I just didn't do any research beforehand, and I mean, I pretty much gave everything away to follow Seb because I just, want to follow him, but that was the wrong decision to make at the beginning.
Can't talk.
So yeah, I was dropped hard around 7 or 8 minutes in. Dude, I was suffering. I mean, all I was thinking at that time was just how long to go, how many more kilometers, because I didn't put the segment into my GPS computer. And till later, I really realized it's best to pace yourself for long climbs like this. And plus, this is a 140-kilometer ride, and we're not even halfway done yet. And I really should have saved more energy for later. And then soon I was caught by the other Seb, who was doing exactly what I should have been doing, pace my effort and not pushing so hard. So yeah, there is another Seb in the crew, and he's not as strong as the 6 watts per kilo Seb, but he's still quite fit as well. I mean, just look at his calf and his side. There's no way I can beat that. Freaking Calphosaurus. So yeah, I mean, 3 of us finished the second climb first, with ease, of course. And the plan was to wait for everyone else because we've got riders with different level and skill sets in the group, and then people were coming, and we were having a lot of fun. Take it easy. Then we need to get going, and it's gonna be a lot of descent. For me, descent is my shit. I mean, I just love it because where I come from, Simingshan is basically my back garden, and not gonna lie, proper descending takes a lot of practice, and I'm really comfortable with that. And I'm gonna share all the great descent later, but first, let's get off the second climb. And then coming to the third climb, I was chatting with Danyang here, telling her I'm just gonna chill. And honestly, I also didn't bring enough food, so really just no more smashing for me. Then we were rolling and spinning and also getting passed by other riders with my casual pace. But still, it's decent enough to tag along the entire group, which is cool. And the mountain view was just spectacular. It's definitely worth it to take it slower. So then we got to the top and we encountered this road barricade, and this lovely lady here is telling us the road ahead was quite demolished due to the typhoon a couple of days ago, And then we try to negotiate our way through it because there's no way back now. I mean, we're in the middle of nowhere, and riding the reverse route is just a big nay-nay. So me and the big man Patrick here were to check the road condition ahead, and here it is.
Are you gonna try that, or
Yes.
should I inform the others?
No, come on. No.
Feed it to her.
God damn. Oh yeah!
So yeah, I mean, we got through, and so did the rest of the crew. Man, talking about experience on a ride, I mean, this was definitely the coolest one I've gotten so far. And honestly, for a second, I wanted to ride all that rock, but then realizing my bike is not going to survive all that, or maybe it's just me not capable of doing that. Anyway, they say all sufferings have their own rewards, so after this construction block, here I show you the full clip of the greatest descent that I did of this entire ride. And then we got this truck blocking the road, then we had to get off the bike to pass. These are all little things which I guess accumulate to my cramping later on, but before I tell you about that, I actually forgot to record the forced climb. But I did record its descent though, which was totally awesome, and Frank was leading it. He absolutely nailed it. Then basically we just wait for everyone to assemble at the bottom here. And for the last bit of the ride, it's mostly flat and quite enjoyable actually. Except I cramped like 14 kilometers to go. So I think there was one stretching I did on the bike and I probably overdid it. Plus, I didn't consume enough food. It all came down to this hideous cramp I got. Then I look at our group chat and found out Evan here also cramped. That was actually before my cramps, so I kind of just kept spinning my wheel, but with a maximum power of probably 200 watts. Honestly, any number above that, I'll probably have to call the DD. Then Evan got me. He recovered way better than I did, and I basically tagged along him for the finish. So really just massive thanks to Evan who helped me both physically and mentally to the end, because I really wasn't sure if I could make it back alone. And that's it. This wraps up my Shaoxing climbing trip with the DP gang. It was fantastic and safe. I'm sure everybody had fun, and I really hope we could do this more often. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.